Here we are at the Good Neighbor Days in Clarkson, New York for the finale of the Lumberjack competition. All kinds of things going on at Good Neighbor Days, a fantastic annual event in Western New York. The Lumberjack competition is basically down to Paul Feniger and Dave Engasser at this point in the overall standings. We're going to finish things off with the modified chainsaw. Now, these are all stock chainsaw engines, 0 to 140 cc's, but none of them are the kind of things you buy at the store.
Yeah, none of them are going to be 0 cc's either. 140 cc and under, so they want to get as close to that as they can get. And of course, you're going to tweak these things as much as they can. A lot of them will be running nitro fuel, whatever they can get away with here to make their saw run as fast as possible.
And it's 3 cuts on the yellow poplar we've been dealing with in all the sawing events here. 3 cuts in the 12 inches of yellow poplar. We got Ricky Michelacci on the left-hand side, John Reeder on the right-hand side. 3 cuts each. A big second cut there for Ricky Michelacci. And Ricky is going to take a DQ with that third cut for sure. He had a hard time with that second cut, taking a massive piece, which means he had to go super thin in the third cut, and he just couldn't get it done.
But young Ricky Michelacci, hey, look at the age of this guy. Just a young fella running a big modified saw. Great to see these young fellas out.
Well, both guys took a DQ. John Reeder also took a DQ for not getting 3 complete cuts. This next heat, veteran competitor Kevin Stumpy Moynihan. Thanks very much to Kevin for helping get this show together and helping get all the wood. Taking on Justin Bennett.
Justin Bennett, of course, a newcomer to the sport. He's got a modified 140cc. Has a tough time getting onto the saw to start it, of course, and that's key in getting to the wood.
Kevin Moynihan, good 3 clean cuts there with a 6.80. Kevin Moynihan, this is what veteran presence means. He's just be able to relax, get to the wood, get 3 cuts within the 6 inches.
Still big cuts in the second time up. A lot of these guys seem to be struggling getting the saw over too far for their second cookie.
And when you do that, you make your second cut big, 2 or 3 inches. It leaves very little room for error on the third cut. Here we got Chris Sikora taking on Tim Keach. Sikora and Keach been around for a long time. Keach is going to be running his old red box that I think is older than him.
That's right. So Chris Sikora, we saw Chris do a phenomenal cut with his hot saw. And talk about fast to the wood there. Chris Sikora taking it down in 4.3 seconds.
Chris Sikora just annihilates the field right now up to this point. There's the old box of Tim Keach. Again, I think it's made in the 1950s, but he's got that thing running well. And look at the bar on that thing. I think the wood is 12 inches. His bar is probably 14 inches.
Right on the money, 14 inches. All he has to play with, of course, he wants to hope for the wood that he saws is not any closer to 14 inches than what this stuff is at 12.
How many battles we've seen with Engasser and Feniger in the past. Here's another battle. They battled in the bow saw. They're battling in this one as well. They're going to try and take down Sikora at 4.37.
Feniger come from behind, though. He's fastest to the wood. He's going to get it down here. 3 cuts, the fastest one here in this heat, and 4.35.
A lot of hot saws here today. Apparently you had the hottest of all in the 0 to 140 category. What's the key?
I think the key is most of the top motors are pretty close to the same. They all run about the same speed and time. The biggest key is to stay calm, a good clean start, don't rush to start, quick to the wood, and don't lean on it too hard to stuff it, stop the saw in the block. But you got to put a bit of pressure on it because these saws can take it, and just try to be smooth through the whole process.
Well, I've been around for enough years to see Paul Feniger win a whole heap and pile of modified chainsaw events, winning by 2 100ths of a second over Chris Sikora.
And our Cram Pivotal Point focuses on Chris Sikora. He claws his way to the dogfight for 3rd place, takes a 2nd place in the modified saw, and it puts him solidly into 3rd place overall.
Well, that puts a wrap on the overall standings at the Good Neighbor Days here in Clarkson, New York in the Lumberjack competition. Our You Fine Fish Lumberjack of the day is now Dave Engasser, winning by 200 points over Paul Feniger. New York State Lumberjack Association does a good job putting on this show. Good bunch of guys, a lot of talent here. Just tell me what it takes to beat all these guys in the overall.
Just a good, solid, steady day. The crosscut really helped. I thank Tim, and I saw the Levon Michelacci and the Jack and Jill. We won that. That was really big. My chopping coming on, I'm just tickled to death about my underhand went well, but the standing to win that was really good for me.
Thanks very much, and thanks for your work.
Okay, thanks.
What a fantastic competition here in Clarkson, New York. Come back again next time. We're going to be in Lister, Quebec for a whole new field of competitors of world champion sawyers on Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is sponsored by Echo, only professional grade with 5-year warranty. Crown, protect, maintain, save. The new YouFind Fish app. Fish with your phone. Minn Kota. Anywhere, anytime.
We're up here for part of the orchestra. Hi, I'm Bill Debo, along with Lumberjack Sports co-host and Lumberjack Sports analyst, the Lumberjack Sports guy himself, Rod Cumberland. Okay.
The guys that start at the end, you got to beat the guys that start on the word go.
Booby!